The time has come. Welcome to the grand finale of UEFA Euro 2024. The stage is set in the heart of Europe, Berlin, Germany, where history will be made tonight. This is more than just a game, isn't it? It's the culmination of a journey filled with passion, perseverance, and unyielding determination. England, with their lion-hearted spirit, of battle through the tournament, showcasing grit and at times some individual brilliance. After 58 years of hurt, we're dreaming of lifting the trophy high and bringing it home. Imperative for England tonight, of course, for me, is midfielder Jude Bellingham. His tireless energy, creative flair, and ability to control the midfield has been instrumental in England's journey to the final. His leadership on and off the pitch makes him a crucial player for the Three Lions. Bellingham's experience playing in Spain with Real Madrid has honed his skills and provided him with invaluable insights into Spanish football. His understanding of their style and tactics adds another layer of intrigue to this final. Will his inside knowledge and exceptional talent give England the edge we need? I do hope so. We will see. Our opponents tonight, they're Spain, the maestros of the beautiful game, known for their artistry, precision, and tactical prowess. They've got their eyes firmly set on reclaiming their throne as European champions. They've been fantastic. They've been the best team in the tournament so far, and a lot of that has been down to their young 17-year-old prodigy, Lamine Yamal. He's taken the football world by storm. His dazzling skills, incredible vision and maturity beyond his years have made him a standout player of the tournament. Luke Littler, eat your heart out. He embodies the future of Spanish football, a symbol of their enduring excellence and innovation. Tonight, there's two footballing giants. They're going to clash, and it's going to be an epic battle. England's raw power and resilience versus Spain's elegance and strategy. There'll be a roar inside the Olympia Stadion in Berlin tonight. It'll be passion-filled. It'll be palpable alongside the air of electric anticipation. The hopes of the nations resting on the shoulders of their heroes. This is the moment they've all been waiting for. They've trained for it and they've strived towards it. Who will rise to the occasion? Who will seize the opportunity to etch their name in the archives of football history? Will it be England's year to finally taste glory again? Or will Spain once again prove why they are the masters of European football? It's the passion, it's the pride, it's the glory. It's all on the line tonight, and it is going to be one unforgettable night of football. As we witness England versus Spain, it's our second attempt in successive European championships to bring football home after 58 years. And believe me, I hope we can do it. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. That's the longest intro I've ever done. I thought I better wheel something out. I've crafted that this afternoon, and I hope you enjoyed it. It is going to be a monumental evening for England. It will shape the future of international in England football for years to come. And believe me, I hope I hope we can do it. Come on, England. Good evening to everybody. Let me just catch my breath back after reading all that out for 2.5 minutes. Come on, England. Mark, hope you're well. Good evening to everybody. Miss Hammerette is in. Come on, England. Come on, New England. Lovely. Love it. Mark says, I can see Bellingham losing his temper tonight. He's been right on the cusp of getting sent off, and I think tonight it will happen. I do hope not. But yeah, I take your point in terms of in a couple of games. I mean, there was that sort of backstory with the referee against the Netherlands the other night, and luckily that didn't come to the fore too much. But yeah, he's been riled up and G'd up quite a lot in this tournament, and he's come close a couple of times. So I hope tonight that doesn't boil over. Fathead is here. I hope you are well. He's put a bet on Bellingham to be carded, hopefully a yellow card and nothing more over the course of the evening. Full of passion. I hope so. Thank you very much. Can we have he did quite well, to be honest, didn't he? He gave us that penalty that was definitely a penalty, and overall I didn't notice him too much. So yeah, all good. Don't see Spain being frightened of us, but hopefully they'll be at least wary. Absolutely. Look, we're the underdogs tonight. Whether that's a good label to have, I don't know. Honestly, we haven't been the underdogs in all of our games so far. You'd probably say maybe the Netherlands game, it was a little bit more even, but we've been expected to win every game of the competition, maybe barring that Netherlands game so far. The expectation is with Spain. They want to regain the glory. They want to regain their pride and trophy. And at the end of the day, they've been the best team in the tournament. That's been undoubtable. You can't deny that in any way, shape or form. Don't get me wrong. There's been not a lot of standout teams in this tournament. I'm going to be honest. Portugal weren't great. Germany weren't great. We haven't been great. But the difference is we have got ourselves to the final. Whether it's through luck or whether it's through tournament streetwiseness, whatever you want to call it, we're here. Germany, Portugal, whoever, they aren't. They are sat at home watching it tonight, and Spain have been the best team in it. They haven't had to be sensational to be the best team in it, because it's been a pretty poor level in terms of team performance, in terms of team expectations. It's underwhelmed a little bit this tournament. I mean, the biggest example of that is we're in the final and we've been awful. Let's just go straight off the bat and say we have been really, really bad. But we've got ourselves to the final. We have, we've rode our luck. Don't get me wrong. We were 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds away from departing the competition to Slovakia in an Iceland-esque exit just a couple of weeks ago. And from that moment on, it's turned around a little bit. We have beaten the penalty curse once again. We've put in a decent performance against the Netherlands and called on a bit of late magic from Villeman Ollie Watkins. We've got better as the tournament has gone on. It's almost like after that shambles against Slovakia, we sort of switched on a little bit more and went, hang on, we got a bit of luck there, and that's just a tap on the shoulder. It was more than a tap on the shoulder. It was a real firm and real warning to us, because we were so close. Barring Bellingham brilliance, we were exiting the competition in an embarrassing style, but that didn't happen. Whoever sorted that out and whoever wrote that script, thank you very much, because that would have been pretty poor to go out at that point. And we haven't really looked back. We did what we needed to do against Switzerland. It was a tough slog, as expected. And against the Netherlands, I thought we played really well in the first 45 minutes. I thought we were really, really good. Tailed off a little bit in the second half, but we were in the right place at the right time to finish them off in a perfect manner right at the end. We're expecting the team lineups anytime, because they announce them when they like, quite frankly. Really, it should be an hour before, but it could be an hour and 10, hour and 50 minutes before. So I'm here for the next 45 minutes to guide you towards kickoff, and hopefully I've still got a voice by then. And we're going to have a big old chat about tonight's game. The nerves are beginning to boil inside me. I'm going to be honest, I've been okay all day. I've watched a bit of the tennis. I've lounged around. It's felt like a bit of a slog to get to this point now. Honestly, finals shouldn't be at 8 o'clock. I've had to sit here and do nothing all day. They should be like 3 o'clock, middle of the day, because it's been a real hard job to get us through to this point. It's been a long day. Nerves have grew. We did the morning breakfast show this morning where nerves were beginning to come. Josh felt a little bit nervous even then. God knows what he's feeling like now. But that we did the breakfast show, and we've all gone off and done our bits for the day and come back here now. And I feel a sense of unity on social media. I feel a sense of unity from the people out in Berlin. We've had some fantastic videos sent through. Thank you very much for them. And it seems like it's a real party atmosphere out there, and there's belief, which wasn't here 2 weeks ago. Belief was utterly redundant in the England camp in terms of the fan base and media 2 weeks ago. It's been reignited, whether it's through Gareth Southgate or the players, whatever. You've got to give them credit, because we've now got to a point where we're in our second successive European final. We're on our first European final on foreign soil. What an achievement. I mean, if you look at Gareth Southgate's tenure, semi-final, final, quarter-final, final, maybe winning it, fourth time lucky in major tournaments for Gareth Southgate. And we discussed this a little bit earlier. People forget the situation. People forget the situation and scenario that Gareth Southgate found this England set up in when he got the job after the debacle of Hodgson and Allardyce briefly. We needed a direction. We needed a clear leader. They appointed Gareth Southgate, and in the tournaments, he has got the job done. He's got us to the back end of every single tournament, pretty much. Look, we went out to a very good France side in Qatar a couple of years ago, but barring that, there's been respectable, really, really respectable tournaments, and the football hasn't been amazing. And this tournament has been the worst in terms of style of football. That goes without saying. It's been utterly dreadful to watch. That group stage was so tough to watch, but it'll be forgotten if we go and win tonight. It'll be forgotten if we now go on a 3-day bender and we've got celebrations and bus parades heading into Monday and Tuesday. And then again, it's the same scenario that we found ourselves in with West Ham. If we win the blimmin' tournament, if we get that blimmin' trophy, no one's going to care one bit about the style of football after it, because the celebrations will unfold, and that will just be that. But Gareth Southgate has been amazing. Gareth Southgate will get a knighthood, I think, whatever happens tonight, especially if we win. I think that'll be urged, and he deserves it. I mean, he's on a lot of money and he's paid to do what, he's getting paid for the expectation of getting us to the back end of tournaments, and he's done that. And that's all credit to him. But we just need one final push now. I thought what was quite significant was the celebrations after the Netherlands game. Now, Gareth Southgate has let out a bit of emotion in each game, but it was a real rip of emotion from Southgate after the full-time whistle, after Watkins put that goal. And he went up to the crowd and he really gave it some, and he just went one more. He knows the task in hand. He knows how to deal with this tonight. We don't want to experience and feel and have to endure what we faced 3 years ago at Wembley. It felt like stars were aligning 3 years ago. It wasn't to be in that penalty shootout. I do hope that tonight doesn't go to a penalty shootout, but we're a more experienced, we're a better quality-wise, in my opinion, an overall more rounded team and squad than what we were 3 years ago. We're in a better position to face this opponent tonight. We're in a better position to face Spain, and look, maybe they'll be looking at us and going, they haven't been great, but this is a final. Both teams have got to show each other an element of respect, but at the end of the day, we've got to go out and we've got to do what we have to do in order to try and bring this trophy home. We can't go and lose again. We simply can't. This has to be it tonight. Otherwise, I don't know what direction we go in after this. Success is imperative tonight. Success is what everybody wants. I really do hope that it comes in the end. Let's take some of your comments. Where do I get to? I'm going to scroll up because I think I've missed some of them. Right, here we go. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribed to West Ham Unofficial and get all of your thoughts on tonight's game, occasion, spectacle into that live chat or comment section as well. Good evening, Peter. I hope you're well. Have you managed to empty your piggy bank to buy another tub of Pringles? No, I offered for somebody to come with to come to Budgeons with me, but nobody wanted to, and I didn't really fancy going down there on my own. So I saved my money. My money is maintained in my bank account. I don't have Pringles, unfortunately. That's the only disappointing part of it. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Peter. I did think about it, but I thought against it. And I had some garlic bread instead, and it was very nice. Miss Hammerette says, hoping Bowen gets his opportunity tonight, scores the winner, and we can say West Ham have won the Euros as well as the World Cup. Absolutely. We spoke about this on the breakfast show earlier, is that, I've loved for Bowen to come on and score the winner tonight in a similar fashion to what Watkins did on Wednesday night. Wouldn't that be a spectacle? Wouldn't that be simply sensational if that happened tonight? I'd absolutely love it. I'd absolutely love it. But look, in any way, shape or form for us to win this, I'm going to take it. I'm going to snatch your hand off for it. I hope it comes via Jarrod Bowen, but if it doesn't, whatever. Do what we need to do tonight. Whoever puts it in the back of the net, I'll love them forever, because it's going to be one hell of a party if we do. Let's have a look here. Where did we get to? Michael says, 2 things on the line tonight. We can actually win something in Spain, win without without a loss in the whole tournament. Have they gone unbeaten, Spain, throughout the whole of it? Because they were in quite a tough group, weren't they? Was it Croatia and Italy were in their group? So yeah, they had some real tough. They were in the group of death, and I know they were probably the standout team in that group. Absolutely. Look, it has been the worst tournament in terms of quality. Absolutely, it's been pretty dire. Look, it's produced some good games. If it hadn't, then there'd been something seriously and drastically wrong. But overall, having an overarching perspective on it, it hasn't lived up to the expectations of previous tournaments. It hasn't been as good as what we've seen previously, and that's a shame. But I ain't going to care one bit if we go and win it tonight. Fathead says, other than Spain, no team have played well in this tournament. Yeah, consistently, no team have put in a brilliant performance every single game. And Spain probably haven't done that, but Spain have done what they needed to do above average. Teams have been average. Spain have just been that bit above average, and they've been a standout team with some of their tricky wingers and and saucy midfielders. They've done it the Spanish way, and they have been really quite divine to watch at points. They've got some really silky and special players. Lamine Yamal turned 17 yesterday, scored that magnificent goal in the semi-final where he cut in, it just went off the post, and I mean that in a semi-final was nothing short of brilliance, and hopefully he doesn't replicate anything of the sort tonight, but you've got to acknowledge and you've got to respect the quality in their team, and that goes both ways, because I can't sit here and, wax lyrical about Spain's attack and Spain's setup without talking about us ourselves, because we have fantastic players at our disposal. And in the past, it's felt like we've had a really good team, but now I feel like we've got a really good squad. Look, I've posed questions and raised questions of Gareth Southgate's substitutions, team selection and squad selection throughout the entirety of this tournament. I still think to this second now that it was the wrong decision to bring Luke Shaw, where you've got a compact and compressed 26-man squad, or however many it is, and he took a player that has been injured all the way up to the quarters or semi-final and still probably now isn't fit enough to play a full game and hasn't played 90 minutes since February for Manchester United. I still to this moment think that was a wrong call, that he should have called upon another fit left back for the tournament. But the players there, he had to done something really, really bad to not get the best out of them. And really, I mean, that's happened to an extent. We can't disagree that these players have not been utilised to the best of their ability. But then again, you've got to go on the other hand and say and stress that in tournaments, you've got to win playing tournament football. It's all well and good going out there and playing brilliant football and then losing in the last 16, which we nearly did, to be fair. But it's about winning football matches. It's not remembered on how well you play. It's about winning, and that's the bottom line of these tournaments, where you look back in years to come and say, oh, yeah, but we played well in that game. Yeah, but we lost. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. We were out of the competition, and that's, I think, the ethos that Gareth Southgate has unintentionally adopted. I don't think he means to play this dreadfully bad football, but that's what we've had, and he's stuck by it because it's worked, and you can't blame him for that at all. Peter says, hope it's not a Spanish double after the tennis, which was so one-sided. Exactly. The Spain have had their fun for the day. That's it. They've had their fantastic brilliance in Carlos Alcaraz, or whatever his name is. Alcaraz is a prison, isn't it? Alcaraz, that's it. He was brilliant and swept aside Novak Djokovic. But yeah, we don't want them having any more success today. That's it. Don't get greedy, Spain. In terms of formations, 3-4-2-1, says Michael. A back three has worked for England. It has. We've looked more balanced there, whether it's Saka coming back in to help out more defensively in a wing back role. Wing back role. I don't know what Southgate will do. I'm not expecting drastic changes for a final. I think he'd be a clown to change things drastically. He'll stick with what's worked. He'll stick with Kane up top on his own. It'll be Saka, Foden, Bellingham. It'll be the same lineup for me. But maybe, potentially, the only question mark that I have is at left back, whether he goes with Shaw at the start and takes him off on the hour mark, or whether he starts Trippier and brings Shaw on at half-time like he did on Wednesday night. I'm sure Gareth Southgate has been mulling that over for quite some time over the last 4 days, and I hope by now he's made his decision. He should have done, that is for sure. Yeah, I did burn myself cooking garlic bread. I put 2 pieces of garlic bread in, and I didn't realise that the oven was up quite so high, so it was pretty burnt as well, which didn't put me in a great mood. And then I went to pick it up and sort of forgot it's just come out of the oven. So I put it on a plate, sat down, forgot it's literally just come out of the oven, and that was rather hot, which isn't a surprise, I know, but yeah, it wasn't a great experience. Bowlsy's in. I hope you are well. Peter says, you could have done that stack of ironing for your mother, Jake. Well, I've never touched an iron. I don't think my mum would let me touch an iron, to be honest. They're quite weaponized tools, aren't they? Yeah. Can Jake have a pint if England win? No comment. Peter says, keep Rodri and that youngster quiet and we might have a chance. I mean, it's 2 fantastic players, and you outline the right points, Peter. Rodri, we know his quality. We've had to face him in the Premier League for what feels like an eternity in that Manchester City midfield. He's just brilliant, isn't he? He's just amazing at what he does, and I'm sure he carries that on with the fantastic players that he's got around him in his Spain squad. And Lamau has just caught the world by storm, hasn't he? He's just been absolutely brilliant. Just hope the drunks don't riot if we lose. I hope we don't lose, full stop. Every team has been moised during this tournament. It has. There's been a lot of moise ball in this tournament, and a lot of it has come from us. But we're here. Who's got a nice cup of tea or beer? I've got nothing. A drink would be nice. I didn't realise I didn't have a drink. So if somebody could bring me up a drink, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Fathead, I'll take a night for being good at my job. I take your point. I take your point, but if we win tonight, he will be knighted, and Sir Gareth Southgate will be the England manager. Not better than Ramsey if we lose. Unfortunately, I can't offer too much insight on that because I'm not as experienced as potentially some of you watching. I wasn't about to witness that era, but I mean, look, he's the only thing that I can remember. He's the only England manager I can vividly remember having any success, and I just hope that success is finished off, epitomised and personified tonight with a win against Spain. Right then, Sir Ralph, always number one. He won the World Cup. Absolutely. A drink. Thank you very much. Cheers. It's coming home. Here we go then. Right. Just give me a second. Talking for 20 minutes straight is quite an ask. I know I like talking, but right, let's start again. 40 minutes into the lineups, we're going to get ourselves there. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As you can see, I am in the whatever it's called, Olympia Stadio Berlin. It's in the background. If I just take myself out, you can see it properly. There it is. There is the arena venue and fantastic stadium. Holds over 70,000. Does the stadium tonight, hosting the final. There's been a little bit of confusion about, because I think the England official allocation was about 12,000. Obviously, all the rest aren't going to corporate, but UEFA take a fair share of tickets for all fans. So we're expecting there to be a significant proportion of England fans in there tonight, far greater than Spain fans. We're expecting about 15,000 Spain fans. The rest is expected to be consumed by England. There is tens of thousands out there in Berlin. I've seen videos and pictures of in London, Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, absolute sea of white, red and blue, with flares and singing and all of it. There's a proper party atmosphere across the country and in Berlin today, and hopefully we get the right result over the line. Right, where do I get to on these comments? The winners need to play a big part tonight. Foden, Walker, Bellingham, Rice and Bowen. I love the inclusion of Bowen there. Yeah, I mean, I'll go through them one by one. Actually, it's a good thing to do. I mean, Foden has done a really underwhelming tournament apart from the Netherlands game. I thought he was excellent against the Dutch on Wednesday night, and it made such a profound impact to the whole team. Because he came and he was mulling around in midfield and going out left and going out right, and he was everywhere, and he was demanding the ball off players. In the group stage, last 16 and quarterfinals, it just seemed like nobody really wanted the ball. It was passed to Stones and to Gay and into midfield, then back again. We were playing walking football, but that changed. That shifted in the semi-final, and it was vastly down to Phil Foden, because he was a player that came in and was going to get the ball off players and was knocking it about and having a bit of energy that we were otherwise lacking. Now, you could say that was from his move from the left-hand side solely into midfield a little bit more to become the beating heart of England's attacks and progression going forward. And look, I wouldn't disagree in that sense, but he himself had a massive impact on us just having a better and more improved tempo and style of play, which improved against the Netherlands. Walker is rapid, needs to get at those at the full back that he's attacking towards, and obviously do his defensive work. His pace gets him out of most defensive issues. He's a key player as well. Bellingham in midfield and his individual brilliance has saved us in the tournament so far. Hopefully he can serve up some more of that this evening. Declan Rice is underwhelmed, unfortunately, in this tournament. I've never seen so many games where he's been so poor. Hopefully that changes tonight. That battle between Rice and Rodri, who will be the better number 6. Some argue that's the two best defensive midfielders in the world. They face off tonight. Who will prevail? Who will outshine in that defensive midfield area? Rice has struggled a little bit because he went from playing the number 6 role at West Ham to playing that sort of more progressive number 8 role at Arsenal last season, and now he's come back to England playing that more West Ham number 6 role. So I think it's taken him some time to adapt to that role to an extent, and hopefully tonight he's a big player, and hopefully he turns up for the big occasion. And we spoke about Bowen earlier, didn't we? It'd be amazing for him to come off the bench and have an impact on the final scoreline and outcome today. Liverpool is full of Spanish shirts if they don't support England. I put out a tweet the other day, and once again, I reiterate that as my thoughts go out this evening to all of the fans. Hang on, let me just get it because I want to get it right. Honestly, my thoughts go out to the Scottish, the Welsh, the Irish, and the Scouse fans this evening. They've had to put their Dutch shirts away, and before that, they had to put their Switzerland shirts away. Then they had to put their Slovakia shirts away before that. It must be costing them a fortune. Replica shirts aren't cheap nowadays. And now they've had to go out again and fork out another 80 quid to go and get a Spain shirt for tonight and get a Spain flag as well to put in the pubs across Scouse lands and across Scotland, Wales and Ireland. Honestly, I feel for them. It must have cost them a blooming fortune, cost of living crisis and everything. They are really struggling to maintain their composure. And honestly, it's going to be hilarious to gloat to all of those sets of people if we win tonight, because they will hate it, especially the Scottish. They will hate it if we win tonight. They are all Spain fans tonight. There is no doubt about that one. Michael says Bowen will not get on. He will play Palmer. In fact, he probably will, but you never know. You never know. He called upon him in the early stages of the tournament. We haven't seen Bowen since. Maybe tonight could be the night. You can still lead in the dressing room. Absolutely. Do a Deliveroo for crate of Pringles. We live in Somerset, right? Do you think there's Deliveroo round here? I do not think so. I do not think so. You know, I admire your optimism of thinking Deliveroo has expanded to Somerset. It hasn't, or certainly not in our area. Yeah, no Deliveroo Pringles is peak laziness. Well, you know, whatever. A, I didn't want to spend the money. B, I didn't want to walk to the shop on my own. And C, they just got nicked anyway, or I'd have been ridiculed for them. Jake's wallet remains closed. Breaking news. Well, Jake's wallet is closed full stop permanently. There's no change to that. Exactly. Can't wait to watch the Sky Sports News coverage tonight. I'm going to have a little look later on, see who the pundit is who's describing the game that's on terrestrial television. It's going to be brilliant. Party. Bowlsy's having a party. Cheers, Bowlsy. Hope you've had a good night. It's BBC all the way. We'll have that debate again a little bit later on. See if Fathead's opinion of Sam Matterface has changed over the last 6 hours or so. Yeah, it'll be Michael Dawson, Sue Smith, Clinton Morrison. It'll be somebody like that. Peter says tournament started well, then it was dropped off a cliff with boring games. Yeah, the first 20 minutes of the tournament was all right from my recollection, and it all went down. It's been boring games, but we've picked up again at the right time. I think we're hopefully, and I'm optimistically thinking, we've hit form at the right time. It's got to be the BBC, Mowbray and Shearer tonight. Absolutely. Breaking news, all shops open 9 a.m. because England made the final. I tell you what, I bet pubs have made a roaring trade these last few weeks. An absolute roaring trade. Right, let's scroll down. Which channel have England never won a game? I tell you what, there's a curse on ITV. Because we lost to Croatia on ITV, we lost to Iceland on ITV, and there's a bit of a curse there, so I'll be sticking firmly to the BBC. Fact says this ITV England do badly on was a record broken in the semis, though. Absolutely it was. Yeah, Kane is in the back three tonight. Absolutely, I see him alongside Stones and Gay, really shoring up that back line. I expect nothing less from our number 9 England captain. Right, we are approaching 6:30, which means we're approaching an hour and a half until kickoff. Bowen's on fire and he's having a shower right now, I think. Jelly deals? No, absolutely no. There'll be no jelly deals consumed. That is for sure. Garlic bread, yeah, garlic bread was lovely. I mean, I did leave it in the oven too long, so it was rather cremated. But I still rate the garlic bread. It was very good. It was a adequate substitution for the Pringles that I couldn't be bothered to walk to the shop and go and retrieve. Right, get your score predictions in. We'll come to those. Hang on, we can't get the score predictions yet. We've still got to get to the team lineup, and then we'll do score predictions. Steady on a little bit. We've got to do some more talking. Eltel was a great England. There's been some great England managers, and there's a lot of individuals, players, former players, former managers that tonight, needs to be done for as well. Look, Termin Leo Sven-Jon Eriksson sent a message to Gareth Southgate wishing him all the luck tonight, and it's for people like that, and it's for everybody. It's just imperative tonight that we do it, and we end the 58-year period of utter hurt in England. We've got a Geordie in the house. Good evening. Thank you very much indeed. Come on, England, indeed. 1-1 full time, 2-1 extra time. Bowen winner in 192 minutes. Mainoo's played it through and Bowen's in. It's up for grabs now. England have done it. Gareth Southgate's on the pitch. Surely now Southgate's mission is accomplished. England, European champions. Oh, wouldn't it be brilliant? Wouldn't it be brilliant? I don't remember 66 much, as I was only 3. Fair enough. You've just revealed your age to the West Ham unofficial population, Peter. But there we go. You didn't remember too much of it. A few more score predictions coming in. We'll get to those a little bit later on. Peter says, will Kane be able to run with a brace? Where did I get to? 9 p.m. in Berlin. Those England fans will be an absolute mess, especially for being out early doors this morning. They're probably out 9-10 o'clock on the beer this morning. I bet a few of them just now, right now, are a little bit worse for wear, but they're going to battle through, of course, and probably enter double-digit pints if they haven't already. Kane will be manifesting his inner strength today and going to win the Euros. Look, if we're going to talk about Kane, we've got to say he's never won a trophy in his career. He's never lifted a trophy. Let's hope tonight that changes because he's not in a Spurs shirt anymore. He's in that England shirt, and I'd love it to see him lift that famous trophy tonight. If we lose tonight, Kane will never... Oh, yeah, if we lose tonight, Kane, you just will not bother. That's it. You're done. Job done. Could it be his last game? I don't know. He hasn't been great, if we're honest, whether you put that down to his own fitness and quality or the system that has been played. I don't know. That's up to perception, but no one can deny that he has not lived up to expectations or his average. He hasn't even been close to what we're used to in an England shirt for our captain Harry Kane. And as well, Muller Rice has been playing hide and seek all tournament. He's been poor, as discussed earlier on. It should be Kane's last England game. He won't be at the next World Cup, so he needs to go after this. Maybe, you don't really want him going out on like a pointless friendly against San Marino at Wembley. That's not really the send-off that probably one of, if not the best England player to ever put on the shirt. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's one of the best. That's undoubtedly the case. I'd argue Bobby Moore is still the best because he's the only one that has lifted he's the only one that's lifted a major trophy in an England shirt wearing this fantastic shirt, if I do say so myself. Devo says Mainoo player of tournament for us thus far. He's been decent. I have liked his performances. I think probably Bellingham in terms of big player turning up in big moments, purely because the fact is that he kept us in the tournament. He's been up there. There hasn't been too many standouts. Mark Gay has really, really impressed me. I haven't watched a great deal of him because I don't go out of my way to watch Crystal Palace every week. That won't be too much of a surprise, but he's impressed me massively. Apart from that, there hasn't been too much else. Saka has come in and out and done well here and there, but hasn't been consistent in any way, shape or form. But Mainoo, when he's come in, he's had an impact. He's added legs, he's added energy and impetus to our midfield. And yeah, he's been excellent, in my opinion. Rice has been terrible in the tournament, all tournament for sure. Yeah, he's no Hayden Mullins. Well, don't expect nothing less of an Arsenal player to, if we're being totally honest. Come on, England, says Bowlesey's come back in for some fantastic analysis. Thank you very much, Bowlesey. What a talent he is, absolutely. Shame he plays for the Red Devils. Yeah, pretty much I've been impressed, that is for sure. Mainoo shows you you can give kids a chance. Please note Lopetegui. I didn't think Man United had too much of a choice. They had a bit of a crisis in midfield with Casemiro and McTominay getting injured. They were sort of forced to bring Mainoo in. And look, if Casemiro hadn't got injured, Mainu wouldn't have played for Man United, and Mainu now wouldn't be probably starting in a Euros final tonight. It's weird how football creates these, creates these stories and scripts. Because if Casemiro would have stayed fit, then Mainu wouldn't have even got a chance for Man United and wouldn't have got a chance for England consequentially. So consequently, not consequentially, consequently. There you go, get there in the end. The pubs in town here in Wales aren't showing the game. Sheffield, you're in Wales, fathead. Oh. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't, if I was Welsh and I had a pub, I wouldn't be putting it on. Spain made 2 changes. Is their lineup out? Oh, I do apologise. I've waffled too much. Michael, thank you for the nudge, even though you sent that message about 10 minutes ago. I do apologise. I will get their lineup up on the screen in just a second. As our lineup come out yet? I wasn't expecting it this early. I expected it early, but not quite this early. My first check on lineups is coming. England have not announced their lineup, so I'm going to head over to the BBC to find the starting lineup. And here it is, if I can find it. There it is. Right, the Spain 11. Bear with me. England have arrived. They've just arrived now, 4 minutes ago at the stadium. Right, the Spain 11. Okie dokie. This is from Gary Rose on the. Oh, we've got some Berlin. Hi,
Jake.
You can't hear me. There we go. Brilliant. There we go. Oh, we're gone. We have gone live to Berlin once again. Thank you very much for coming on. Came on earlier on the Breakfast Show and rejoined us there. Absolutely fantastic to get some roving reporting live from inside the Olympiastadion in Berlin. Right, I'm being deviated. That just took me a little bit by surprise when I went back onto my StreamYard screen and we were live in Berlin. But this is the Spain lineup. Here it is up on the screen now. So Spain's team has landed, and Dani Carvajal and Robin Lenormand return from suspension. Dani Olmo among the joint top scorers at Euro 2024 with 3 goals. He retains his spot in the side. Alvaro Morata is fit and starts. Lamine Yamal, who celebrated his 17th birthday yesterday, starts. So it's Simon in goal. It's Carvajal, Lenormand, Laporte, Cucurella, Rodri, Ruiz, Yamal, Olmo, Williams, and Morata. They've been irresistible in the offensive areas so far in this tournament, from Yamal, 17 years old, to Olmo, who once again has turned up in a big tournament and done the business. Nico Williams has been another standout player, pacey, electrifying pace down the wing. He's caused every team problems that Spain have encountered so far. And Alvaro Morata, he's played in the Premier League. We all know about him. We all know the sort of strengths that he has, and we all know the threats that he will cause to England's back line tonight. That sort of made me a little bit not scared. I wouldn't say scared, but it's sort of that skipped on. I've got no idea why. But there is the lineup once again. But yeah, that sort of made me go, oh, this is real. This is actually happening now. We have the Spain lineup, and there's some really good players there. They've been a brilliant team. We all know that. And yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. That reinforces it with that lineup. Some really good players. And our defence cannot make any mistakes tonight, because those Williams, Yamal, Olmo and Morata are going to be there to pounce on it. Right, let's get back to some of these comments. I'm going to try and get up to date on them. Yeah, we haven't got Deliveroo down here yet. Deliveroo was as yet to grace Bruton, unfortunately. During the games, while I was away, I listened to local commentators over Matterface and Dixon. You love them, Fatty, don't you? There we go. Right. Michael says, how many managers have had the luxury of the players Southgate has had? Very little, if any, in terms of England. Look, part of the job, most of the job is done for him because of the quality that has just been sort of jumped and dumped on his in-train, on his desk, because of how fantastic they are. And we haven't reached full potential. Full blistering attacking football hasn't been what we've seen, but we've got over the line and the quality has got us there. There's no doubt about that one. 66 team was miles better than this one. Look, I think it's a little bit far-fetched to sort of try and compare the size in a completely different footballing climate, a completely different climate, full stop. But look, they could have been better, but the quality we've got at the moment, wow, it takes something pretty special to top it. Michael says, Kane has lost something since he went to the Bundesliga. Maybe it's slow and easy. It is. I think he's got himself into a nice comfort zone of playing German football, of just standing there and just tapping in a couple of goals every week and posting ridiculous stats and having everyone else do the work for him. It's a much slower, much pedestrianised football style over there. And I think he's probably got used to it. And the intensity that international football provides is similar to the Premier League at times when you don't play dreadfully slow tempo football like we do. But anyway, that's beside the point. I think he just has failed to get himself back into reality in terms of high. I'm not saying that the German football is a farmers league, but it's not as good as international or English football. The stadium reminds me of another one. I can't think of where though. What, the nice bowl sort of thing, like the roof and all the rest of it? Maybe. Did you know we have Hasselbank as a striker coach? I did see him on the bench the other day. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Wales pubs are showing World Sheep Shearing Championships, and Scotland pubs are showing World Bagpipe Championships. Cheers to that. That's a good comment. I'm going to drink to that. Very good, Peter. Irish pubs are showing World Welly Throwing Championships. Is Keir Starmer live on ITV? No, is he? I'll have a look. No way is the Prime Minister of this country live on the coverage of Gary Neville on ITV. If he is, that is rather interesting. I'm going to have a little peruse. Yeah, it started the coverage on ITV1. I've got a little bit of it up. It's on an up break at the moment. Huge game for Kyle Walker, needed absolutely. He's a fundamental part of our success. I'm just going to ensure that England lineup hasn't come out yet. I'm going to refresh my Twitter page. Not quite yet. Williams is my biggest worry. Had a quiet semi-final, but he's mustard. He's brilliant. I mean, his pace and the threat that he instills on defenders is undeniable, and he is someone we've got to be wary of tonight. And whoever's on that side, I can't think what side he is. So it's either be Walker or Trippier/Shaw. They've got to be switched on from minute one over there, because he has been brilliant. Do you have Channel 4 and hot water in Somerset? We do. We do, just not Deliveroo. Just not at Deliveroo, right? I've come to the bottom of the comment section. I've made it. I spoke for 42 minutes, and I'm going to keep going until we get that lineup. I said it'll be a marathon, and thank you very much if you stuck with me throughout the entire show this evening. Continue to get your thoughts and comments into the live chat as we enter very nearly an hour and a quarter until kickoff over in Berlin. It's going to be a stressful, mental night. Whatever happens, I'm beginning to get a bit fidgety. I'm beginning to get a little bit stressed and nervous ahead of this one. I just hope the boys pull it out of the bag tonight. Let's have another little look at the Spain team and see. I mean, defensively wise, I hadn't heard of a couple of the defenders in there. Carvajal, obviously, he was suspended for the semi-final because he got sent off right at the end of the quarter-final, which I thought was a bit of a bizarre decision from the referee. But nevertheless, he returns. Lenormand, I can't say I've heard of him. Aymeric Laporte, obviously. Does he still play for Man City? I don't know. He definitely used to play for Man City and was always a pretty good and solid centre-half. But you've got to be pretty poor to look anything but solid in a Man City back line. Good player, Laporte, and Kane is going to have his work cut out there to get anything out of those centre halves. Cucurella has been in the Premier League for a few years, blows hot and cold, doesn't he? A player that can be brilliant or can be distinctly average. So maybe that's an area, whether it's Saka, Foden or Bellingham, they'll want to try and get one-on-one and try and run at Cucurella. That is for sure. We know the quality and oozing power of Rodri in midfield. There's no doubt about that one. Ruiz, don't know a great deal about, and I've already discussed Jamal, Olmo, Williams and Morata, the front line, the attacking options for the Spanish. Right then, I'm 100% expecting no changes with the starting line. Yeah, I think that's fair. The only one, as we've discussed at length, could be the left back Trippier Shaw alteration. But even I'll be surprised if he does that, if I'm totally honest. No need to be stressed over over it, as you can't affect the game. Very true, very true. But maybe stress was the wrong word. Just nerves are beginning to compile inside me ahead of kickoff here. And look, we've got to start the game well. That goes without saying. The first goal in any game of football is key, but in a final and in a scenario like this, it goes without saying how crucial and pivotal it is that we start on top, because my concern is that if we don't start on top and we let Spain dictate the play, which I'm unfortunately and hesitantly accepting that we're going to do under Gareth Southgate, then it can quite quickly get out of control. And all of a sudden, if they score one, they aren't going to stop, and they're pretty unrelenting in their attacking play. So that's my only concern really in the opening stages. If we do begin to trail the game and go behind, that we keep it at arm's length and we don't let it get completely out of control and let the sort of occasion get to us too much, because that would be not fantastic. We need to try and frustrate Spain. That's the only way we're going to win this tonight. We've got to frustrate them. We've got to be ardent defensively, not give any silly, don't give the ball away in stupid areas, be really protective of the ball in possession, and when we have it, look to go forward. And look, I don't mind it if we lose it up in their half, looking to try and make an impact and gain headway towards their goal, but we can't be giving it away in silly areas or messing about with it with Rice and Gay and Stones. We need to be direct, we need to be efficient, and we need to be clinical when we get the ball in good areas. We need to take our chances tonight, otherwise Spain will make us pay, and that I have no doubt at all. Right, another quick refresh to see whether our lineup has been released. Not quite yet. Not quite yet, just having to scroll through. Plenty of family pictures on the England Twitter page, actually, which is nice to see as the fans begin to pack out the Olympia Stadion in Berlin for the final. It's been a hell of a ride. This tournament started with Germany battering Scotland, and that hopefully will end with England denying Spain of another Euros and gaining our first major trophy in an international tournament for 58 years. As the song goes, it never stopped us dreaming, but hopefully now there's no jokes, there's no sneers over the years, but we can get the job done. All right then, let's have a look here. Peter says, as long as you don't have upset stomach, otherwise you will spend most of the match on the toilet. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Miss Hammer. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to drop a like, as they're appreciated. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, Miss Hammerette. No nerves here. I'm not investing in England as much as the Hammers. I'm not, but look, I'd rather West Ham win a trophy next season than England win. To get me wrong, club over country every day of the week, but I've still got those nerves and I've still got those butterflies of hoping it's a final. That's that's normal in that sense, and I just hope we can do it. That is for sure. Might be change, which is causing delay potentially. From London to Berlin, we're all going to see England win. I do hope so. Peter says, what are the odds of Three Lions go back to number one for the 100th time if we win? Well, I think it was 20th in the chart on Friday when I heard it on the radio. They said 20th. If we win tonight and by next week it's not number one in the charts, there is something seriously wrong with this country. I'm going to put that out there straight off the bat. It should be number one in the build up to any tournament that involves England, and if we win it, it should be by far at number one. The money that those three must have made out of this, that song is amazing. Right, England have put another tweet up, locked in for the final. It reads pictures of Pickford, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ollie Watkins and Harry Kane looking calm, composed and ready, would be my assessment of those pictures on the Twitter page. And I just hope that we're going to get that lineup very, very shortly. And have a little look at the live feed on the BBC, see if there's any noticeable things. Alan Shearer is on BBC Radio 5 Live tonight. Hopefully he's switching back over to the main BBC coverage. I do hope so. Alan Shearer has been talking. He says Kobbie Mainoo has been sensational and Lamine Yamal the same. It's staggering what these youngsters have done. If either player does something special, they could end up being the player of the tournament. And at such a young age, it's remarkable. Shearer makes and raises a valid point there, that the youngsters and the young blood that has been brought in and incorporated into these teams, it could be the decisive factor tonight. And with Kobbie Mainoo, is he 19 or 20 or 21, something like that, and Lamine Yamal, who's just turned 17, there's so much quality at such a young age, and it could be the decisive and differing factor in tonight's game. And I just hope that we can get over the line. There's just some pictures coming up now of the Spain players emerging to have a wander around the pitch before they start their pre-match warm-up. Atmosphere is building, tension is intensifying, and I just hope that we can get over the line. Michael says Vindaloo, better song with Danny Dyer. Gotta love a bit of Vindaloo. I'm not going to sing it because I wouldn't want you to. It's Bass Dreer drums at 6:49 on a Sunday evening, but it's a fantastic song, isn't it? Troy says, we already know there's something serious wrong with our country, but I hope we win the football. I hope we win the football. That's the main and overriding hope tonight, is that we just do ourselves proud. And look, if we go out there and give it everything and lose to the better team, then of course there's going to be inevitable frustration, anger, maybe not, but like sort of just... yeah, frustration is probably the word. Disappointment was the term I was searching for there. I've just read Peter's comment. Let me finish my point before I read that. That did make me laugh. I completely forgot what I was saying now. But I'm going to move on. I completely forgot. Micah Richards seems to be a stone bigger. Micah Richards loves the occasion tonight. I bet he's got himself all dressed up. Right, I've got the ITV coverage on. Roy Keane there. He's loving it, of course. Keane, Neville, Wright. It's the dream team, isn't it? Of course, with Mark Pugac on there. They're live in the stadium tonight. They've left the Berlin studio and they've entered the stadium. I do wonder whether it is the same on the BBC. Are they in a stadium? I'm going to try and have a look. Oh, that's on live here, which you probably can as well. The England team is out. Oh, the England team is out because I've just seen it on the BBC. So it must be out. I'm going to bring it to you right here, right now. It came out 17 seconds ago. And your team lineup involves Luke Shaw. Here it is. There is a change. It's one change for England after Wednesday night's victory over what do we call it, the Netherlands. And here it is up on your screen now. Pickford in goal, a back four of Kyle Walker on one side, Stones and Gay as the centre halves. Then you've got Luke Shaw out on that left-hand side in midfield. It is the trusted trio of Declan Rice. It is Declan Rice. I just tried to search for his name there. Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and Kobbie Mainoo. We've just been talking about him and the youngsters' impact on tonight's game. And then Bellingham there alongside Kane, Saka, and Phil Foden. So he's made the change. We've talked about it for days. We've talked about it in the build-up to this game profusely. And now he's made the change. He's gone with Luke Shaw. He's dropped Trippier. He now deems that Luke Shaw can play the full game or can go all the way to 120 minutes, or he will bring Trippier on at some point in the second half. It's bold, it's decisive, and maybe there was a need to put Luke Shaw on the plane because his first game he is starting is the Euros final since February. He hasn't played a game since February, but he's starting the Euros final. Talk about a bit of pressure. I hope it doesn't pull up early on because that will be a catastrophe for England. Let's just make sure there's no absentees from the bench. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kieran Trippier there, of course, Ramsdale, Konsa, Dunk, Gallagher, Tony, Gordon, Watkins, Bowen, Eze, Gomez, Henderson, Palmer, Wharton. Look, when you look at that, the quality to bring off that bench, we'll have 5 subs and then 6 if it goes to extra time. Attacking outlets there. I mean, Tony, Gordon, Watkins, Bowen, Eze, Palmer. There's your 6 right there. Obviously, they're not all going to come on, but our quality on that bench is just amazing. And you put that on top of Bellingham, Saka, Foden, Kane, who are already on the pitch. We've got the firepower, we've got the quality to beat them tonight, and I just hope we can do it. Right. Peter says Jake to record a song called Pringaloo if we win, and we all like Pringaloo. We'll see. Will it be Shaw starting in midfield, or I don't know? Let's have another look at that. If I can get back up here, there we go. Yeah, no, I think won't it be Walker, Shaw, Gay, and Stones as the back four? He'll start at left back. That'll be my perception of it for me. I think, yeah, maybe starting a little bit higher up. I don't know. Right, let's scroll down here. Peter says, "Who does Kyle Walker go running to in the crowd if we win?" 4-2-3-1 says Michael. I think you're probably right. Yeah, so you've got the back four, then Rice and Mainu, and then Bellingham, Saka, and Foden, and then Kane down the middle. You're probably right there. Yeah, I forgot Dunk was there. So did I. Absolutely. Dunk came across as a bit cheesy. Is that a joke? Dunk? Yeah, maybe. Got to still be three at the back with Shaw and Saka as the wing backs, maybe. I mean, I read it initially as a back four, but it could be altered to a back three. There's no doubt about that one. Right, all of you need to get your predictions into the chat. I'm going to get this up to an hour because I can then say I've done an hour of talking flat out straight. So we're going to have another 5 minutes and then I'm going to love you and leave you an hour until kickoff to grab yourself that beverage, to grab yourself that bag of crisps and sit yourself down in front of the telly and watch what's hopefully... I can smell something. Someone's cooking something downstairs. Maybe it's a vindaloo. It's probably an omelette. But anyway, yeah, get your predictions into the chat. I've got a few stored from a little bit earlier on. So continue to put them into the chat whilst I provide my final thoughts on this evening's game. We've now seen both lineups. There's undeniable quality in both. That goes without saying. Look, we're biased. We want England to win. The quality that we've got on the bench, I think, outweighs what Spain have. And I just hope that that's enough and that Gareth Southgate tonight is proactive, not reactive to things that happen in the game. That might just be the difference for us tonight. We'll have a little look at the Spain bench because we haven't done that yet. And I've got to reload this thing back up again, so bear with me for 1 second. The subs bench for the Spaniards is Alex Baena, Nacho, who has started quite a few of the games but comes out in replacement of Carvajal. It's Alex Grimaldo, Fermin Lopez, Joselu, Mikel Merino, Jesus Navas, who started a few of the games as well, started the semi-final actually. Mikel Oyarzabal, David Raya, Arsenal man, Alex Romero, Ferran Torres, Danny Vivian, and Martin Zubimendi. Yeah, that's him. So look, when you look at those two benches side, back to back, sort of next to each other, you say we're better. You say we have the better bench, but it might not be down to that. It might be down to the 11 initially who start the game, to who wins the match. Right, predictions, get them all into the chat. Has there been any more come in? There has been a couple. There we go. Right then, let's go in. I've got 5 predictions to go through. 2-1 England, 3-1 full time, a Harry Kane brace. Devo says 2-1 to England. In England win. Bowen scores in the last minute. Then West Ham won the World Cup and the Euros. Next for us, the Eurovision Song Contest. Brilliant. Let's have it. It says Miss Hammerette 2-0. Peter says not going to back England pre-match, so we'll say again Spain win 3-1. The reverse psychology in full swing once again. Peter, your optimism can never be matched. And there we go. So you've gone for 3-1. Time for me to give my prediction, isn't it? I'm going to go, as I said earlier, for a 2-1 win after extra time. I've deliberately not gone for penalties because I don't want penalties. I want to get it done. Just get it done. I don't think I can deal with another penalty shootout. And I just hope that we can get it done. But push comes to shove, then that might be the case. I'm going for England to take the lead early in the match via Jude Bellingham. And then just before half-time, I sense Spain will put it back to level pegging at half-time. And then we have a goalless second half. And then Jarrod Bowen steps up in the 121st minute to fire England to major glory and bring football home after 58 years. I'm now going to compose myself on my final monologue, my final speech, my final pre-match discussion for this Euros. It doesn't get bigger than this. We don't want to see what happened 3 years ago at Wembley. We don't want to witness and to feel that devastation once again. We come in to the next Euros with better players, with better quality, with more experience, and it showed in the tournament. It hasn't been pretty, it hasn't at all been elegant, but we've got ourselves to the final, and we have mastered the art of tournament football. We've been dull, we have frustrated teams, and we have somehow, some way got over the line, and that again is the objective tonight. So my message to the players in Gareth Southgate is: do what you've done. It's worked. It's got us to the final. Don't change what we've done. He's changed the lineup slightly and brought Shaw back in, which I don't mind. It was the only change that I was slightly expecting to see. Otherwise, it's unchanged. My message to Gareth Southgate is: if the game is going one way or the other, be proactive, make substitutions, impact the game in a positive manner. Just look what happened on Wednesday night. You made 2 substitutions with 10 minutes to go. Both of those players who came on linked up to send us to the final. Use that sentiment again. Use those fantastic players on the bench. If somebody is not at their best and isn't playing very well, take them off and try someone else, because we don't get a second chance at this. We'll have to wait another long 2, 3, 4 years to get ourselves, maybe 10, 20 years to get ourselves to this position again. It's a very, very good position to be in. We need to have learnt our lessons from 3 years ago, and we need to win. Spain, they're a tough opponent, the best team in the competition so far. There's no doubt about that. They've been divine, they've been elegant, they've been fantastic to watch. But then again, this is a one-off game. Anything can happen in this 90, 120 minutes, plus or minus penalties as well. We just need to stick to our laurels. We need to have faith in our quality that is undeniable in our team and squad, and I just hope that we can get over the line. Do it for England, do it for Saka, do it for Sancho, do it for Rashford, do it for everybody that has suffered over the last 58 years with our failure, with our crap football, to put it for a want of a better term. It's time to right the wrongs, and it's time to end the Gareth Southgate era of England national team tenure on a high. Gareth Southgate deserves a trophy, and hopefully it's delivered to him by his fantastic set of players tonight. That's it from me. I'm done. I'm dusted. I'm going for a lie down before kickoff. Thank you very much indeed for watching. And for everybody that has participated in today's shows and every show in the Euros. And if you've enjoyed our coverage, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, chuck me a few quid if you can as well, because, you know, why not? I'm only joking. I don't expect that of anybody, but let's take some of your final comments. Jake making a speech like a prime minister. No comment. Future PM, Jake Cox. Well, I think the workload's a bit much, to be honest. Miss Hammerette says, let's hope them guys fight to the bitter end and bring it home. We need this. Absolutely. Give him a tub of Pringles before he goes stir crazy. It's coming home, Jake. Come on, England. Absolutely, Joshua. Thanks for joining us as well. Enjoy all. Thank you very much, everybody in the chat. It has been an absolute pleasure over the last 61 minutes and 28 seconds from me. Come on, England. I've got nothing left to give. I've done my bit. The players, you've got to do your bit. Bring it home. It's been 58 years of hurt, and it ends tonight. It ends in Berlin. Bring football home and make us all proud. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.